Green beans provide plant protein, fiber, vitamin C and K, folate, and minerals with low calories. They're a vegetable many people enjoy and children often accept more readily than other vegetables. This makes contamination concerns particularly relevant for family meal planning. The long growing season and susceptibility to bean beetles, aphids, and fungal diseases result in multiple pesticide applications across broad chemical categories. Fresh versus frozen green beans show dramatically different pesticide profiles, which is important to understand. Fresh green beans in the produce section received pesticides during cultivation and possibly post-harvest treatments. They're sold raw, meaning whatever residues exist remain on the beans you cook. Frozen green beans undergo blanching before freezing, a process involving brief exposure to boiling water or steam. Research shows blanching can reduce certain pesticide residues significantly. The pod and the developing beans inside both can contain residues. Unlike peas where you might shell them and discard the pod, green beans are consumed whole. The tender texture makes them absorb chemicals readily during growth. The string-like vascular tissue pulls contaminants from soil through the plant. Imported green beans available year-round may contain different pesticide residues than domestic seasonal crops. Winter green beans from Central or South America might have been treated with chemicals banned in North America. Regulatory differences between countries create varying safety profiles. Sourcing strategies should consider seasonality. Domestic fresh green beans appear in markets during summer and early fall, depending on region. This is when local and potentially organic options become available at reasonable prices. Winter green beans are almost entirely imported, raising contamination concerns. The analysis of pesticide residues across formats reveals interesting patterns. Frozen green beans often show lower residue levels than fresh. Canned green beans undergo even more processing, washing, blanching, cooking in the canning process, which may further reduce pesticides, though canning introduces other considerations like sodium content and BPA in can linings. Cooking method impacts matter. Steaming green beans preserves nutrients, but doesn't reduce pesticides significantly. Boiling causes some pesticides to leach into cooking water. If you discard that water, you've removed some contamination. If you use it for soup or sauce, you're consuming what leached out. Roasting green beans at high temperatures may degrade some pesticide compounds, though research on this remains limited. The general principle is that heat affects different chemicals differently. Some pesticides break down with cooking. Others concentrate as moisture evaporates. Substitution strategies for similar nutritional profiles include snap peas and edamame. Snap peas offer comparable texture and nutrients with potentially different pest pressures and pesticide patterns. Edamame provides more protein with different cultivation practices. Rotating these vegetables reduces cumulative exposure to any single contamination pattern. The seasonal purchasing guide for green beans is straightforward. Prioritize fresh organic green beans during peak local season, typically June through September in most North American regions. Buy extra and freeze them yourself for later use. During off-season, frozen organic green beans offer better safety profile than imported fresh conventional beans. Portion control and frequency recommendations depend on consumer vulnerability. Children, pregnant women, and people with compromised immune systems should prioritize organic green beans or limit consumption of conventional. Healthy adults eating green beans occasionally might accept the risk of conventional, especially if properly washed and cooked. The protein content of green beans, while modest compared to legumes, provides value in plant-based diets. But this benefit shouldn't override contamination concerns. Broad-spectrum pesticide use in green bean cultivation means multiple chemical exposures from a single vegetable. Strategic organic purchasing and seasonal awareness help balance nutrition with safety.